Yep, Shalom. So this is part 4, and I'm just going to read the rest of this. Well, not the rest of it, but I'm going to read a little bit more, and then it's going to be over with, y'all. Interesting and controversial anecdote. Some claim that the Roman Catholic religion is nothing more than a rewriting and adaptation of an ancient Babylonian religion. You might say Roman cultural elites experienced Robin Hansen switch from a farmer to a forager society. How would that turn out for everyone? Let's examine the parallels more closely. 5th century BC Rome equals 1700, 1920 America. The family unit is essential. Father knows best. This is what I was just saying. And slutting around by women is considered the height of shameful behavior, as it is catting about by men. Monogamy is held up as the ideal arrangement without exception. This is actually the same thing that happened here in Babylon and Rome. But the thing is that both Babylon the Great and Rome is being ruled by Esau Edom, which he doesn't know anything that's right, because men are not naturally monogamous. But anyway, as we proceed, it says monogamy is held up as the ideal arrangement without exception. The Wild West might be an exception to the general rule of the day, as whoring and hell-raising were widespread in the frontier. Lesser looks up to their betters as exemplars of moral rectitude. It says 1st century BC Rome equals 1920 to 1970s America. I was just thinking the same thing. America is rising to the height of her power, a hyperpower being born, economic and military power heretofore unseen in all recorded history, while the world digs out from under the rubble of consecutive wars and communist programs. We have a battalion of aircraft carriers, a largely homogeneous population, and cheap housing for everyone willing to put in an honest day's work. But the poison pill has been swallowed. The suffrage movement achieves its main goal, and the dark shroud of the equalist era is about to descend in academic halls and classrooms. Lessers are pedestalized while betters are denigrated, right? And this is all, some foolishness here in Babylon the Great, right? But anyway, I'm going to read this last segment, and it's going to be over with, y'all. This is 1st to 2nd century AD Rome, equivalent to 1970s to the 2000 America. The scourge of single motherhood, free and easy divorce, child support laws, majority female colleges, DADT repealed, gay marriage, game, etc., etc. It says, in short, the ultimate expression of anti-discrimination, anti-received wisdom, and individualist ideologies, ironically buttressed by the groupthink of diversity mongers. Lessers ignore their betters, who in turn renege on their traditional responsibilities to act as an example for the lessers. It says, I kind of want to keep reading because it's getting good. I'm almost towards the end. Anyway, let me speed it up. First to 2nd century AD Rome, 1970s. 3 to 4th century AD Rome, 2000 to 2010 America. You'll notice America's progression through the stages of empire is much faster than was Rome's, and it is because knowledge will increase, right? In that Daniel, knowledge shall increase. And it says, this is the blessing or curse of high-tech mass communication. The native stock of America, specifically the betters of that stock, have stopped having kids. Vice and corruption are on the rise. Chicago, CRA, Goldman Sachs, neocon lies. And it says, economic and political instability are the order of the day, while America's presidents aren't being assassinated. Our elections have been nail biters since 2000. Actually, they have since what's his name, Bush. since Bush, right? And then since from Bush to man, I can't even think of that. Obama. Since Bush, then Obama, and this is our and partisanship is a fevered pitch. But since Bush and Obama, and ever since then, it's been crazy with the elections. Like everybody been like, "Oh man, what's about to happen?" Cause man, they should have knew something was gonna pop off when they let Bush get off in that motherfucker. They already had his father in there, but they let him get in that mother. Anyway, I say a reborn religion called Islam threatens to co-opt the sympathies of Western societies. Ruthless rejects and masculinizes women. Right? Except for the thinnest upper class slice, betters now ape the habits of their lessers. Yeah, so the women that's up higher and the people that's elitist are now starting to do the same thing or repeat the things that the lesser are doing. And it says the 5th century Rome presents present day America. America is ruled by an elite of cognitive jackpot winners who use the president as a puppet. Massive debt and financial chicanery is practically enshrined in law. The army is less and less filled with the demographic slice of American citizens that used to make up its ranks. Mercenaries, UN peacekeepers, brighted warlords, armed, twisted allies, recent assimilated immigrants, and the desperate poor and out of shape now make up a larger part of the tip of the spear that projects American power. America is in the process of slow motion selling off of the Southwest to appease the millions of peasant illegals as cavalry allowed to invade and settle in the country. This is the same thing that happened in ancient Rome. The fall of Rome equals America. And it says America is having her Tower of Babel moment, and the elites applaud it when they are dithering over tax code arcana or the cultural impact of snarky late night TV shows hosts. These parallels with Rome's fall should make you feel queasy about the future of this nation. Yeah, I bet Esau made this post too. It says, but you will quickly push aside those depression thoughts and switch on for another lightning round of Call of Duty, figuring it's not your problem till it is. Do you feel lucky, punk? Now, this was a good article, y'all. Y'all should go and check this out, right? Read it for yourself. You know, because they did show a lot of the comparisons between Rome and Babylon the Great, A.K.A. America. And, everybody just going to have to see, what's really about to pop off here. This place ain't coming back. This place ain't never coming back. The Lord gonna destroy this place with a fiery destruction, right? Because of what they done to the children of Israel. Right? And although I didn't grab many scriptures, y'all, this was just an example to show you how Rome is the equivalent to America, a.k.a., Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Rome, a.k.a. Egypt. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom, Yah. On to the next one.